What's up, nerds? Goz Master here with another Magic the Gathering puzzle quest. Today's quest, Angel of Destiny. We're finally doing it. I'm going to show you two big builds that I've got going right now, a Pauper build and a Mythic build. It's absolutely ridiculous, but before we jump into showing you what the vast power is of Angel of Destiny, allow me to show you a standard booster pack opening. One of the last ones I'm going to get is part of a VIP membership. I think I got like 2 more packs left. So here we are. We should be getting anything. I don't think there's any other chase cards that I'm after right now, so this is just all pure good stuff. Stoneforge Mystic, 8 mana for a white 4/5 core artificer. When this creature enters the battlefield, pick one of the first 4 different equipment cards from your library. Fetch that card. When this creature attacks, move the first equipment card from your hand under the board under your control. Cool. Whatever. Let's see. Ob Nixilis the Fallen, 13 mana for, look at that, a face only a mother could love. 6/6 demon, landfall black, your opponent loses 6 life, then this creature gets +3/+3. Okay, interesting. We got Linvala, Keeper of the Silence, 12 mana for a flying legendary 6/7 angel. While on the battlefield, your opponent can't trigger their activated gems created by supports or creatures. Okay, very specific hate right there. Let's see, Thada Adel Acquisitor, 10 mana for an unblockable legendary 5/5 Merfolk Rogue. When this creature deals combat damage to your opponent's Planeswalker, fetch the first artifact card from your opponent's library, move that card to play under your control. Okay, kind of a waste. I mean, we're all it's based on what your opponent has in their deck, not necessarily you. Rexiel the Risen Deep, 20 mana for an 8/11 black legendary Kraken. As long as the total of black and blue gems is 15 or more, this creature gains unblockable. Okay. When this creature deals combat damage to your opponent's Planeswalker, pick one of the first 4 different spell cards from your opponent's graveyard, fetch that card, it gains full mana. Okay, I like that. It doesn't say it's disabled. You can use the thing right away. Pretty interesting. I dig it. I think that's something that I would want to play with. I think that'll be a fun card. This is probably breakable, simply because it allows us to get something from them. Is it from their graveyard? From opponent's graveyard, fetch that card, gain full mana. Pick one of the first 4 different spell cards. Okay, so Gyruda and some Drown in the Loch, maybe, to fill their graveyard. Great, and we get to use this. I actually like that card quite a bit. So I think it's the only card worth chasing here. It's one of the ones that I wanted. That's enough of me grumbling about VIP. Let me go show you some serious beatdown with my baby, Angel of Destiny. Angel of Destiny, 21 mana for a flying double strike 5/9 Angel Cleric. While on the battlefield, all creatures, both you and your opponent's creatures, gain lifelink. At the end of your turn, if you have full life, your opponent's Planeswalker loses half of their life, rounded up. All right, so in our Pauper build, we're going to be focusing on, I wanted to maximize on 3 things that can be broken here, all right? I want you guys to realize that there's 3 things that can be broken here. Number 1, she's got double strike, so she can deal damage to them. We can abuse that by making her have Berserk or have some type of defender, some type of way of protecting against your life total. So that when people bash up against her, she gets that first strike ability. You want to pump her up. That's one way to go. It's one of her weaker ways to break her, but it is something. The other thing is at the end of your turn, if you have full life, your opponent's Planeswalker loses half their life rounded up. So there's life gain from this, and there's also doing damage to your opponent. It's not really even doing damage, it's just them losing life. As of right now, I'm not finding anything that is specific that says, hey, if your opponent loses life, do X. Maybe in the next set, maybe we'll have some cards in the future with the next things that are going to be going on. But as of right now, that's just the way that it is. Okay, so the bigger thing is that obviously we have lifelink. So what can we do to abuse that? Introducing Deathless Knight. 12 mana for a hasty 5/3 Skeleton Knight. Whenever you gain 8 or more life, if this creature is in your graveyard, return it to your battlefield. Okay, so the key to Deathless Knight is we have to get him into the graveyard, as many of him as we possibly can. So how do we do that? We do that with Gather the Pack. 6 mana, green spell card. Move the next creature from your library to your hand. If there are 8 or more green gems on the board, move the second creature from your library to your hand. Then destroy the next 4 creatures in your library. Now what's important to note here is this is a critical card. If you could find a way to get more of these in your hand and cast 2 or 3 of them at a time, the better it's going to make the combo go off. The reality is it's just one card, and it's hard to pull that one card when you really need it or in the start of your hand. I didn't even know this other card existed. Relentless Pursuit. It's 10 mana green card. Pick 2 of the first 4 creatures and or land cards from your library. Fetch those cards, then destroy the rest. So you pick the next 2 creatures or land cards. Now if you go landless, then it pulls 4 creatures. and you basically pick one creature, put it in your hand, and puts the other 3 into the graveyard. I'm running lands because it's a Pauper build, but if you run this in a more rare version of this deck, or a Mythic build, or as you replace cards, replace your land cards for land forming cards, might be a lot more effective for you to run versus using lands like I'm doing in this build. And maybe it's even something to do here. Branch Loft Pathway, Enchanted Carriage. The second issue we have is we have to make the Knight or the Angel with lifelink big enough to do 8 points of damage so that we can bring the other Deathless Knights in. Enter Enchanted Carriage. Now, I have experimented with all kinds of different ways of pumping our creatures to give them that extra +3/+3. Enchanted Carriage works the best in this build with this Planeswalker for one specific reason. 14 mana, artifact vehicle, crew 3. When this support enters the board, it creates 2 mouse tokens. That's going to be important here in a second. When the support is on the board, first creature you control gets +3/+3, and your first creature dies, destroy the support. Don't really worry about that. That's not that big a deal, because we're going to be in such positive flow that'll make a big difference for this. The reason that's important here, what else do we have? So we have Reclaim the Wastes, we have Cultivate for a little conversion, and then Ram Through. 8 mana for spell card, deal damage equal to the power of target creature you control to your opponent's first creature. It's non-targeting, so we don't have to target it. Then if that creature has trample, excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. We don't have any creatures with trample, so it's not a big deal. So if you have a way to cheat trample out, you've got that. Another thing too is I've experimented with the support that gives plus and then berserk or trample, something like that may exist. I didn't really do it too deeply. The reason I like the tokens is for this reason right here. For this deck, so you can screenshot it right here. Let's go do a screenshot. Screenshot time. Click. This is my build. We're using this deck in HEATLEY 2's Planeswalker. Now, yes, the obvious, easiest Planeswalker you should be using, and the reason I don't play HEATLEY often is because Tamiyo is a thing. Tamiyo is the best green-white Planeswalker out there because it splashes blue and it gives us so many other opportunities. But what if you're older school like I was and you only had HEATLEY? Or you want to abuse HEATLEY? One of the big things that's an advantage for HEATLEY is she's got a +5 to green and white in her mana bonuses, negligible on blue and red, and a -2 for black. We don't really care about that. Her abilities are create a support with whenever you match a 3 or more white or green gems, gain X loyalty, where X is 3 plus the number of creatures and creature reinforcements you control. That one's very powerful. You spam that, get that out in the first one, or at least you get it out once. Then your second ability I never use, target creature gains trample, berserk, prevent damage, and gets +X until end of turn, where X is the amount of creatures you control at ×2. Not that big a deal. Once you have the first ability on the board, it helps you ramp into your third ability, and that's the only one we spam. Empire's Warcry. Draw 2 cards for each creature you control. Then gain 8 mana for each creature you control. So I ran it for a while using supports that just had the Angel and the Deathless Knight on the board, and I used that second ability. It would give us 4 cards, it would give us 16 mana, but it didn't really put us over the top. By having those mouse tokens out there, it allows us to draw 6 cards if we need it. That's not the big deal. But it also gives us 24 mana in our hand, which can allow us to ramp really quickly with the green conversion into next turn, just doing it every single turn. So this is the build. This is the Pauper build. I think it works really, really well. Let me go show it to you. And we're actually going against Nissa of the dark goth chick. So let's go kick her tail. Let's show her what HEATLEY's all about. Okay, now I'm going to show you 2 things right out the gate. Number 1, I am just going to show you what Angel of Destiny does when she's on the board by herself. All right? We're in a situation right now where this card is so powerful, she can win games all by herself. It is absolutely bonkers. Let's see if we can get her on the board on turn 1. We can't. If we could have gotten lucky and gotten her on the board, what's really hilarious, well, it's not hilarious, it actually kind of stinks. I shot this video, this is the second time I'm shooting this video. I recorded it before, and for whatever reason, the video wasn't there. I had audio, I had even me, but it wouldn't show the screen. So I demonstrated beforehand how she just devastated and won in literally 3 turns. She is a 3-turn game winner. She's insane. And we're not going to be able to show you her overpowered ability right now by getting her on the board because we took damage because of this hasty critter. And now we have to go in here and deal some other damage and get some other creatures on the board for this to be functional and for it to work. So that said, we're still going to get her out. And we're going to go here. And now we've got that. And notice we didn't do half damage because she actually did damage to us. Booger butt. And she's going to be strong. She's just played it well. So I'll have to show you in another round here. Let's actually do the real build here. Let's see. We've got that. Yeah, let's go here. Do we have a horizontal swap? We do here, but is it enough? What do I need? 4. Red is negligible. I gotta get a landfall. Didn't happen. All right. So I'm not at max life. Let's see if we can get it done. All right, so we're gonna play into our actual combo. I'm gonna set up the combo here since we're downtrodden and just show you how it beats down that way when it comes from behind. All right, so there's back for more. Definitely want to get that out, but in addition to that, we want to get these going. And in fact, you know what I need to do? I need to ram through here is really what I need to do. All right, so let's go here. All right, so we've got our... Okay, so we're at full life again, and you see she loses 52, or she lost 52 points of damage, basically, where she took... whatever she's at right now is what damage she took. All right. And we also have our first ability charged up over here, so we've got to get that on the board because that will make a huge difference for us. All right, there's Reclaim. Let's actually try to get that to go. Try to get all of this to move and just get moving there. Okay. So there's ability 1. There is a 5 swap. Here is more. Match 3. And you can see now we're already at our third ability. So we want to maximize what we're doing here and get everything on the board we can. Get any more land drop? We got it. All right. So we're not going to Reclaim the Wastes. We're going to ram through. Do 8. It's not going to kill it. It's okay. All right. Now we've got this going. Okay, so now what we want to do here is this. We're now going to use back for more. We're going to use Angel of Destiny and bring it back to the board. Since it's big enough, I'm going to have it fight this dude. Kill it. He didn't do damage to it. I think there's a mistake there. She swings, does 10, brings out that guy who has haste. Deathless Knight hits the board. Now we're on to 20. And then at the end, we're at full health. And then she takes 15. It's brutal, dude. It's just brutal what winds up happening with this build. It's so fast. It really doesn't even matter how much damage you take. We don't even have the Mises up here. Let's see, and that's okay. We're going to, actually, I don't need all these. I don't need another Angel of Destiny. I don't need another Deathless Knight. Let's actually take all of those out. And we're going to go ahead and do our third ability. We're going to draw 4 cards. There's the Chariot. I want that, and the Relentless Pursuit. Okay, so we're going to put the, we don't need the Chariot. Actually, we do want the Chariot because of the creature, so we'd put that up. We want the Relentless Pursuit and the Gather the Pack up. And we want to, and I know this is overkill. We've already beaten this. We win here. But we really want to just show you how this steamrolls. So our third ability is already recharged again. We say no. That gets stronger. We get the mice. And next time, if we had to, we could do that. Now we say, yeah, let's go do this. Oh, it's no creatures. It's just land supports. So it becomes a strong argument to remove land supports and put in some type of land forming. Maybe that's the right play there. Something that I hadn't considered till just now. And frankly, I wouldn't have considered until playing this out. That way you just have nothing but creatures in there. I think that might be the smoother build for it. All right, so I made one small adjustment to the deck, and I took that land out, and I'm going after Shempy Tucky over here running a Johnny. So let's go see how that works. All right, so here we have Reclaim the Waste, Relentless Pursuit, Maul of the Skyclaves. So immediately what I want to do is so the adjustment I made is I took out the land support and the pathway, and I put in Maul of the Skyclaves. It's a 14 mana support card, artifact, and equipment. When this support enters the board, each member of your party gets +1/+1 and gains 1 shield. I don't have any party members, but while on the board, your first creature gets +3/+3 and gains flying, first strike, and flying. So another way to kind of pump them up if we don't have the mouses in the carriage around, and makes them stronger even as we go through. And we want to get Relentless Pursuits out ASAP. So let's go ahead and go here. Boom. And now it should be 4 creatures that we wind up getting. We're going to confirm. It does. It gives us 2 angels, 2 Deathless Knights. We're going to take 1 angel. Now, if you are running the land version of this, what you want to do is you want to take the, you want to send as many Deathless Knights as you can to the graveyard, but in addition to that, you also want to send one angel so that you can raise it with back for more. That way it's a little cheaper for you to get it out. And let me go ahead and get this out. Let's see here. We're going to go white just because we want to keep his permanent strongest color away. Green and red. There he goes. Look at that. All right. There's another Relentless Pursuit. Let's go here. Boom. And we get it? We got it. Cool. And he's also got flying first strike, and he's got 8. So his first attack, immediately we do 57 points of damage to my boy over here. Brutal. Just brutal. So he's going to do 6. He's going to get 6 of it back. Whatever. Like, we don't need to do anything else, and this wins. Like, all we have to do is just let this ride, and it wins. It's just the way it is. But we're going to go through and play the rest of it. We're going to go here. Boom and boom. Here comes the Deathless Knights. We got 2 of them. Down to 17. And essentially, that's game next turn. 3 turns. Once Angel of Destiny hit the board, 3 turns and we win. That's game. It's brutal. And we don't even care that, oh, but they're gaining life. It doesn't even matter. It totally doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Just push a button and win. That's all. It's automatic. It's just automatic. See that? Up to our 3rd ability. So if we had a stronger foe, we were less likely to get there. We'll use Relentless Pursuit again. We'll take 1 angel. We'll throw those down there. Watch this. She's going to hit 1 time. And we get all of those creatures. This is such a fun build. I love this deck. It's so much fun. Down to 10. Now, since they had Defender, and we wound up bashing up against them, they wound up gaining life. It's one of the downsides. It takes a minute to go make it happen. Oh, they're up to 15 now. What do we do? I'll tell you what we do. We go here, and we take that out. We use our 3rd ability. Boom and boom. We didn't even get Gather the Pack. Look at that. And then we gain all the mana. We do Gather the Pack because we want that really out more than anything else. And let's go. Yeah, we'll go there. That's good. Gives us to our 3rd ability? No. If we had a little mana conversion, that would have been good. But that's all right. We still get, we'll take Angel of Destiny, bring that to the board. Boom. We're going to fight with, let's fight you. I don't know why. I just feel like picking on you. Didn't take damage. I think that's a glitch. I think that's a glitch inside of it. So, again, these matches wind up being super quick. I just want you to see how they work. I love this deck. I think this deck is so much fun. I think it winds up working really, really well. And you have full life when it's all said and done. So, that's the Pauper build. Let me show you the OP build. Oh my gosh. Okay, for the OP build, the Mythic build, I'm actually using Tamiyo because her 3rd ability. And you know, if we're using her 3rd ability, what engine we're using to drive Angel? We're using Animus Awakening, Green Conversion Standard, so Avatar of Growth, Green Animus Awakening, Song of Creation to draw cards. We're using Turn Timber Symbiosis to go get the Avatar once we hit our 3rd ability. Chromanticore. This is a card that I think is really overlooked a lot in Standard right now, and it's a very powerful card. For 20 mana, essentially what you're doing is you're getting, if you control 2 or less creatures, create a Nyxborn Chromanticore token. It's a multicolor, all 5-color flying Manticore, basically. Otherwise, target creature you control gets +5/+5 and gains first strike, flying, lifelink. None of that matters because Angel has that, but she doesn't have these other things, trample and vigilance. That creature gains enchanted. When this creature dies, create a Nyxborn Chromanticore token. The token has all of those abilities. It's a 5/5 that. Flying, first strike, lifelink, vigilance, trample. It's a beast of a token. And why I like it is because if I don't have a creature on the board, it creates a little micro wall for me. If I do have 3 creatures on the board, then this pumps those up by 5 and gives them all of those abilities. It's a super solid card. It just costs a lot. But does anything cost anything with green conversion the way we have right now? Vadrog, Apex of Thunder, mutation, you know what it does. It allows me to bring a card back up to my hand. What am I drawing to my hand? Reclaim the wastes. Then every time I reinforce that creature, I get to go get a pull free card from here. Just keeps the loop running. Inscription of Abundance. This is fun. 7 mana, spell card with a 5 kicker. Target creature you control gets 3/3/3. Then you gain life equal to that creature's power. So in the previous scenario I showed you, I was a little bit lower on damage. If I have this, play it, I gain that life, do the damage, and then I take half of their life. If I do play the kicker, when this creature gets an additional +3/+3, and then it fights a first opposing creature. I like that. Works really, really well. Let's see. Whirlwind of Thought, 8 mana enchantment. When you cast a non-creature card, get 3 loyalty. I use this because I want to ramp into my 3rd loyalty ability as quickly as possible. Honestly, it's kind of a flex card. It's really not needed. Once your goal with this is go get your 3rd ability, get Angel on the board, go get Avatar of Growth, and just power up as much as you need. You've got Angel of Destiny there. You're taking half their life, and then you swing for the win on the next turn. It's designed to take the game and win in 2 turns once it hits the board. So the quicker you can ramp up into getting those things down, the faster you win. Let's see if we can get Garruk Unleashed, or whatever he is. Garruk the Shadow Boy. Gothy. So we got Animist's Awakening right away. We want Whirlwind of Thought so we can get to our 3rd ability as quickly as possible. And we want to avoid hitting green if we can, so that we can use those green to convert. However, we also do want to convert, so let's just take that there, see if we've got enough. We do, but it doesn't convert, so it just gives Garuki Boy here a nice little pool. He only gets 3. That's fine. Our turn. Now, I do not try to cast my Avatar of Growth if I can avoid it, and the reason is because I don't need him right now. What I really want to do is I want to get my 3rd ability out as quickly as possible. So I'm going to go here and try to ramp into that as quick as I can. All right. And now that we have Song of Creation in hand, we want to try to cast that and cast a secondary card, and that kind of starts the cycle, and we should be good from there. All right. So you're good. Let's go up here. Let's go there. We're going to go here. Now we've got a 5 match, so we're going to take it. And then we've got this. Boom. Do we get a double drop? We did. And that should be game. Let's see what we got here. Yes. We're going to go take Angel of Destiny. Get some lifelink. Shampoo. And we've got the Chromatic Core on the board. Deal 62 points of damage. And now we wait. And it's pretty straightforward. Next turn we win. Oh, you gain 6 life. Isn't that cute? All right, there's Avatar. What do we want? We'll do Avatar here. We're going to draw all the cards, gain the mana from the Song of Creation. We have Avatar of Growth now with our ability on the board. Yeah, that should be good. Let's just go there. And yeah, we'll go black to blue to the rest of the game. like this engine is so dumb powerful. There's nothing that you can do that's going to make it, better, or there's nothing that you can do against it short of, having a single turn win that's going to allow you to stop it. Because then I use, right now if I have it, what I would do is I would go bring out Vadrock, but let me demonstrate. You just go get a Turn Timber or a Avatar of Growth, melts the board, fuels our hand, recharges to our 3rd ability. Our 3rd ability is recharged up. Since my hand's full, I don't need to do the other one, so I don't need to take another Avatar. I'm just going to take an Angel. That way when we swing, because we're going to swing right now, we should win. And I'm going to give her the power up. That way she's good. And then we have Vadrock, so I'm going to mutate. I'm going to mutate it on the Avatar of Growth, which allows me to go get this card so I can actually fight the first creature he has on the board. Powers up the board. I mean, it just melts face. This just melts face. Let's go get an Animist's Awakening so we can get some more green conversion. All right, we're going to mutate. It's going to mutate my Angel. Now she's going to go get me some more Animist's Awakening. Go convert some more green. Leafkin Avenger, like if that's all you want to do, the Angel isn't necessary. You can just run Leafkin Avenger. The game's over already. I think it's faster. But Angel's just fun. It's just fun. Let's show you what Avatar does. Give some life. And we don't need to do any more. Yeah, we hit confirm, gets more bigger, attacks the first creature they fight. Actually works, not like the other one. Not now. We don't do that because we don't need to gain life. And let's just swing for death. I mean, that's it. It's game. One extra swap. I'm going to mute it. I'm just going to go there. Gives me an extra swap. Just look at that ridiculousness. Ridiculousness. Another 5 swap. Another 5 swap. Another 5 swap. Another 5 swap. Let's just, come on. We don't need all that. Game. Game. Double strike. That's it. Angel of Destiny cuts their life in half, and then you beef her up, and then she swings for double strike and wins the game. It's as simple as that. So you know I love my boy Sorin Grim Nemesis. I actually can't stand how weak he is, but I just want him to work just because he's nostalgic for me. He's one of the first multicolor planeswalkers I ever invested into. Love him, and I want to make him work. This is the build. This is not it. This is still needing to be massaged. So I'm challenging you, my friend. I'm issuing you a challenge. I want to see Angel of Destiny and Vito work in a black-white build. Show me something that works really, really well and can allow us to win in a 2 to 3 turn time frame. That's what I want to see happen. That's what I want Vito to do. Since we're making this a supersized, I'm going to show you one more build. Okay, so real quickly, Avacyn's Madness is this weekend, and this is a Legacy build. I don't usually show Legacy builds because most of the time Legacy decks aren't impacted by new standard cards that come out. Angel is one of the few creatures that's come out that actually is standard that makes an impact in Legacy builds. This is running the Omniscience. I'm not going to show you the whole deck list, but Omniscience, Whir of Invention is the engine. Go get a free card. Next 4 cards are free. Hazardous and Dying Fury. Bring some cards to your hand, spell cards. Those cards go spell cost or cost to cast are reduced to 0. So even when Omniscience goes away, Hazardous still functions. Approach of the Second Sun, just a way of gaining life. Deploy the Gatewatch. Go fetch the next 3 creatures, put them on the battlefield. Reason, draw life. Put a token on the board. Pop it. Summon a creature onto the battlefield. Stitch in time. Take all the time you need. Combustible Gearhulk. Every time you draw a card, you deal 5 points of damage to your opponent. Fire Song and Sunspeaker, maybe one you don't know. 16 mana, 6/8. Minotaur Cleric. Whenever you cast a red spell, gain 6 life. Whenever you cast a white spell, deal 3 damage to your opponent and their first creature. I'd love to have Vito in this build. He would work really, really well. And then Angel to go cut it in half. This deck is really OP. Who are we going to be fighting? We're going to fight Gear Reach Bandit. And I'm going to show you how quickly you can take down some of these legacy events that allow you that are just win. The objective here is win and don't lose creatures, and that's it. I can do that. Let me show you how. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Gear has 289 hit points. There's that, and there's that. That's what we want to do. We got a 5 swap right out the gate. It's like they know we're recording. They want us to have a good showing here. Let's see. We're going to go here, and I think that's game. Let's see what we got here. All right, we confirm. We'll go get all the creatures. Now we're drawing cards. Angel is not on the board yet, but she will be. We're gaining life, dealing damage. Come on, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Free spells. We get another turn, 2 extra turns. All right, so we want to get that on the board. So we will go red, blue, white. Is that enough? Not enough. We will go red, blue, white. Ew, okay, we're going to go here, see if we get a drop. Nope, we didn't. All right, next turn. Doggy, she should have been on the board, man. Should have been on the board. All right, I'll get it this turn. Okay, and we go there. There we go. Now they're both on the board. That happens. Strikey strike, strikey strike. Half the life gone. All right? Nice. 2 more turns. Let's see what we got here. She's going to gain some life for him. That's interesting. So we're going to have to kill her. Actually, we don't even need to really bother killing her. Oh, that's good. Gearhulk is good. Okay, so we're going to go... We don't want to do that. We'll go here. Oh, I didn't want to do that. It's all right. Yep. That would have given me another Omniscience for free, and I would have been able to continue to keep going and keep the cycle moving, but that doesn't even matter. 10 points of damage, lose another 26, and you got 1 more turn. What do you got? What do you got, bud boy? That first initial 180 points, one thing you have to factor in with this card versus every other creature, and I'm going to say right now, she is the most powerful creature in Standard right now. Better than Leafkin, better than... Quartzwood, because of the amount of damage she can do if she's out on the first and second turn. She does so much damage, those other ones have to ramp up to get to. Now, Leafkin can be cheated out because of the green conversion. Green conversion is strongest green conversion with Angel and doing that damage just does enough. I don't think, I'd have to put Leafkin Avenger up against Angel and see what it is. Vote below, let me know what you think. But she is so powerful that in the right build, probably in the next set, we'll get a couple other cards to help break her even more. Once that happens, we get a creature that every time an opponent loses life, we gain life, and then with Vito, we gain life and then they take more damage. Essentially ends the game immediately. So it will be interesting to see as we progress over the next set. As of right now, I'm going to say, I think Leafkin with green conversion, because it's so strong right now, with Tamiyo, is really good. But I think in white walkers, white colored planeswalkers, Angel of Destiny is by far the best card in the set right now. So that said, what are your thoughts, my friends? Thanks for spending the time with me here. I hope you and your family had a festive holiday. In the States, it's the Thanksgiving time, and we're entering into our Christmas season. So for all of you guys here, I appreciate you. I'm super grateful for you for joining our party, being part of our group. Comment below, like, subscribe, and until our next quest, my friends, swords up.